on Meet a Wedding Vendor, we speak with Carla Pressley, hair and makeup artist. Let's meet Carla.
I'm a freelance hairstylist makeup artist. I travel to destinations delivering my hair and makeup services. I'm passionate about people and people's stories, and so being in the wedding industry really allows me to fulfill that each and every weekend, every week when I'm talking to a mother, every week when I'm talking to a bride, and then celebrating with them on the weekends. I started off in cosmetology school, got licensed, and then went to further my education with a company that mentored me, and I found a specific mentor who I worked under for many years. That's how I got a lot of the work that I did in New York City. After working in a salon and doing makeup for MAC Cosmetics and, running up and down from DC to New York, working in the fashion industry, I decided that what I was truly passionate about was working with couples, doing weddings, being a wedding vendor, loving this industry. Here we are, 15 years later, and it's truly become my passion. When I first started, it was having a group of women always around. That just was something that felt so great. I grew up with brothers, and I grew up in the military world, and I moved around a lot, so I was always making new friends. So to just be in, be in an environment with lots of different women and really kind of becoming a team like that was what I loved in the beginning. But then as I started working as a professional behind the chair, I realized that me with my curly hair was attracting other curly hair folks, and then sitting down with them and sharing our stories about what it felt like to be in a DC area as a professional woman, trying to look professional and not ever feeling professional looking enough because our hair was kind of wild or untamed or nappy or whatever it was. That was something that I felt very passionately about when I was behind the chair. And now that I'm doing, my wedding business, there's just so many things to be passionate about, like the photos that become kind of part of someone's legacy that I'm a part of, having that really special moment with someone before they walk down the aisle and they're terrified, crying with mother of the brides because they lost 20 pounds and they finally feel great in their skin, and now their hair and makeup has just kind of topped it off. There's so many things that I feel passionate about, but I think it comes down to the connection that I'm able to make with the different people that I come into contact with. The most important thing is checking reviews like they would with any other vendor, because there are a lot of hair and makeup artists out there, and there are folks who are trying it for the first time, just like I did 15 years ago when I didn't understand how to make a schedule for the day of, how I'm the first vendor, and if I'm late, then everything is late, and if someone doesn't get finished on time, then they might not be part of photos that cost a lot of money. So there are a lot of different things that come into play when it comes to doing hair and makeup. But I think once you've got that all established and you've found the right hair and makeup artist, you really need to meet this person to see if you vibe, because just like you've chosen your 5 or 10 or one other bridesmaid or one sister out of the 3, you've really chosen who you want to be there for you on your wedding morning. I always ask them, what are some things that you've been looking at? Can you show me? Because it's such a visual thing. When you try to articulate a hairstyle, it's just it just doesn't really work. So we do this with pictures. So I analyze pictures. I'm trying to think of what do all these pictures kind of have in common? Can I see something that is a common thread in what this person is looking for? And then I just ask them, how would you describe your wedding? And how would you describe your look in 3 words? What's really important to you? And then I really want to dive into what do they do? Because if you're just a blush and lip gloss girl, then you might not want the lashes and the contouring and the everything else. So I really try to figure out what they're used to. Start with something like that and add a pinch of glam to it, and then inch my way, with a little bit more glamour if that's what they're looking for. Because I think in the end, even if we're not really makeup girls, in the end, like we've got this dress, it's this whole big day, and we do want that sprinkle of glamour. So taking them and easing them into that, and then stopping when I understand that, okay, we're at the point now where she feels really great. We don't need to go beyond that. I would say Project Runway was like a huge turning point in my career. It was a great experience, seeing how fast everything could move, and it really, I think, helped me be a faster and more diverse hairstylist and makeup artist. Just when you're working with someone who may not have felt so confident, and then you see that change right in front of your eyes, there is nothing like that feeling at all. And I really do kind of work and try to empower women to feel amazing naturally. So, you know, there is still a bond, but you will still look like you. And when there has been that moment of acceptance and happiness, and, you know, and you can see that little sparkle in someone's eye, that is the moment that I'm addicted to, that I'm obsessed with, that I love, and why I'll probably always be in this industry doing what I do.